Hello everyone, this is Miss Coomer welcoming you to our online art class. I want to thank everyone who's been submitting their work to Class Dojo. It's been so nice to touch base with you and see what you've been up to, so please keep posting. Today I want to continue our study of Russian architecture. We've already spoken about Russia's rich culture, its language, and its people, so let's refocus on its buildings. Remember looking at these pictures in class? This is St. Basil's Cathedral in the Russian capital of Moscow. Notice the extravagant detail, many levels, and most recognizably, its large onion-top towers. Today I'll be walking you through how to create your own multi-level Russian city. Don't worry, you don't have to finish this all today. We will be continuing this next week too. Let's get started. Alright guys, so I've actually divided this drawing into 2 separate weeks. So this week we're going to focus on the drawing portion, and then next week you guys are going to focus on color. Okay, so for today I just have a piece of paper. I have 2 Sharpies. Now I want you guys using a pencil at first just in case you need to erase anything. But just so that your image is really clear, I have Sharpies here. And then lastly I have a straight edge. Now if you have a ruler, use it. I don't. I'm going to be using this little tea bag, which has a nice straight edge for me to follow. Okay, so I'm going to be making a 3-tiered or a 3-leveled Russian city, which means I'm going to have a row of short buildings, a row of medium buildings, and a row of tall buildings. And remember, these are not like your normal just squares and rectangles with flat or pitched roofs. These are going to be all over the place. You're going to have onion tops. You're going to have lots of detail, lots of windows, and so on. Pattern, things like that. Let's go. So I'll start off with this Sharpie here. And for my row on the bottom, maybe I'll start off with just a building where the sides are sort of squared. That Sharpie's running out. 1 second. That's better. Okay. And using the straight edges of this just makes a nice straight line on my paper, if that's something you worry about. So let's do one that's like a square. Let's make one that's a little taller. But again, this is my lowest row, so I don't want it to get super tall. And then let's do a sort of one that's just a little step shorter, but a skinny building. All right, now let's add details to this one. So I can start off with like a door. Now this could be like a regular old rectangular door, but let's add some detail around it. So rather than the frame around the door being straight, maybe I'll add some nice sort of scalloping detail. And maybe this building has some cool like candy striping, diagonal stripes that go up it. And then you know what? We got to add a window somewhere in here. So I'll add one up here. Nice curved top. Maybe over here I'll do some nice long diagonal windows. Not diagonal. Nice long vertical windows. Like you would see in a nice big tower. And then maybe a pointed door down here. And again, I just want to go the extra mile to add that detail in there. Over here, maybe I can do a nice rounded doorway, like a big, big arch doorway, like the doors to a castle or something. Add some wood detail. Maybe we've got like a little sconce, little flames there. And then let's add some window panes to these windows here. Little window boxes. Okay. And now we can start to think about roofs. So I'm going to add an onion top to this building here. And they can be a little bit tricky. They're like that Hershey's Kiss shape. They almost look like an upside down heart. Okay, but the bottom is going to be flat. So I'm going to come out on the sides and then come up to a point. And it can be tricky to make them symmetrical or even on both sides. Just do the best that you can. So there's my onion top. This one I'll do like this little step roof. And then this one, I'll do my pitched roof, but I'm going to add more detail to it. Now when I go to do my second row, I want to make it so that this new row looks like it's behind the one I've just created. So I'm going to take out my straight edge again. And this set of buildings, it can't start from ground level. It's got to start at the top of my first row. And if I hit a building, I've got to stop, right? You wouldn't be able to see through a building to the next row. And then this one I'm going to bring down, but I'm not going to hit any buildings on the way down, so I can just keep going until I hit like street level. Okay, so for this row, I'm going to add some cool roof details. So here I'll add this cool castle detail. You can do a cool dome roof over here with some lines. And then here I'm going to do this cool roof that I saw right on the St. Basil's Cathedral, where it comes up like it's going to come to a point. But then those lines go vertical, straight up and down. And then you have this little itty bitty onion top right at the top. Okay. Now I'm going to leave these details till the end so I can show you how to do your last tallest row. So again, I'm going to come up to the top of my second row of buildings and create my new straight lines. Let's make a nice tall skinny tower. And then I think I'm going to have trouble fitting something right here, so I'll make it on the other side of that St. Basil's topper. So what have I got so far for roofs? I've got 1, 2 onion tops. I need one more. So let's do one right over here. And then, can I think of a cool roof here that I could do? Maybe like a nice modern roof. Something kind of weird. Something asymmetrical where it's not even on both sides. Okay, cool. So from here, I'm going to keep adding detail like polka dots over here. But remember, these buildings are not your typical buildings. They need to be filled up with detail. If you guys want to look at references, you can look up St. Basil's Cathedral. You know, go on YouTube, look for cool tours of St. Basil's Cathedral. But again, an image search is going to do you just fine. So this is all I want you guys to worry about this week, is getting this drawing done. And then the following week, I'll sign back on here and I'll show you guys how to add some fun color. Okay, so the rest of the video, I'm just going to be here drawing. You can draw with me or draw in your own time. But I would love to see your progress on Class Dojo. So if you get a chance to upload these this week, please show me what you're doing. Thanks, guys.